Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Wapakoneta, where tonight on WOSN we've got the Division 6 District Final between two of the area's premier softball programs, the 24-5 Minster Wildcats, who finished runner-up in the Midwest Athletic Conference, and the Northwest Conference champions, the Lincolnview Lancers, who are also 24-3. I'm Garrett Seawright, joined alongside Kelsey Beimer. We'll bring you all the action here today on this blustery Friday afternoon. And Kelsey, two very good softball programs, but only one's going to get to move on here today.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's been a week full of softball for these girls after a very early, rainy beginning of the week. So they both played yesterday. Minster coming off a win against Parkway, Lincolnview coming off a win against St. Henry, and it should be a really great matchup today.
It absolutely should. We'll have our Red Oak Realty starting lineup. We'll run down the batting order for the Minster Wildcats. At the top of the order for Minster, shortstop Reese Albers. Hitting .438 on the season. She's followed in the lineup by Rylan Trigo, the center fielder, wearing number 16. Addie Inskeep, the one to watch in the Minster lineup. 10 home runs, 44 RBIs for Inskeep, who plays second base for the Wildcats. Lauren Tyler, third base, will bat fourth in the lineup. Fifth is Brooklyn Osterloh in the circle today, pitching for Minster. Caroline Kanapke is the designated player. Ansley Wolf will play first base. Elena Bergman will play right field. Whitney Trigo will play left field, and Jamie Hilgefort will be behind the dish as the designated player. The starting pitcher today for the Lincolnview Lancers, Isla Hughes, had a wonderful Thursday night, 15 strikeouts and a no-hitter in the win over St. Henry. And the first pitch that she'll throw today is out of the zone for a ball to the first pitch to Reese Albers. Albers waits the 1-0. That one's in for a strike, evening the count of one apiece. Albers playing shortstop today for the Wildcats, a .438 hitter in the leadoff spot for Minster in the orange trim black uniforms, where Lincolnview is in the blue. The 1-1 from Hughes. That one slapped down the line, and it's just foul of the first base line, and that will run the count to 1-2.
Yeah, great contact there by Reese Albers, just like you said, just foul off the right sideline. But Reese is a really good leadoff hitter for the Wildcats here, so wouldn't it be surprising if she gets on base here.
Hughes, the 1-2, had 15 Ks we mentioned earlier. Looking for the first of the day here. That one skied on the right side of the infield. Could be trouble coming in, ranging from the right field spot as Emma Bowersock to retire. Albers, the first hitter of the afternoon.
Really great catch there by Emma Bowersock. It was almost right in that sweet spot where the second baseman and the right fielder were kind of contemplating where it should go, but Emma did a great job of getting under that one for the first out.
It's 2:10 down the lines here at Wapak, and then 2:20 to the alleys, 2:30 to dead center field. Wind blowing from left field to right field today, which could play a factor. It's been blustery at times as the first pitch from Hughes into Trigo in for a strike.
Yeah, Isla Hughes for Lincolnview, just a freshman, but she's already made such a name for herself so far in her first season here in the high school leagues for Lincolnview. She's a fantastic pitcher.
Has had a spectacular first high school season. The 0-1. That one in for a strike as well on the outer corner of the plate. And quickly, Trigo playing center field today for the Wildcats. Down 0-2 in the count. That one up. And a first strikeout tally for Isla Hughes. And quickly, two batters down in the top half of the first inning.
Yeah, we can't forget to mention yesterday in their win against St. Henry, Isla Hughes, she threw a no-hitter, had 15 strikeouts. So she's coming off a hot one yesterday. We'll see if she can keep it up today.
The big bat in the Wildcat lineup now coming to the plate is Addie Inskeep. Steps to the dish. Inskeep playing second base, .524 on the season, 10 home runs, 44 RBIs. Wouldn't be shocked if she doesn't see a whole lot to hit today.
Absolutely, yeah. She's a lot of really, really good hitters on this Minster team, so it will be a tough matchup for both teams here.
Wildcats under the tutelage of Kenley Ludlow in her first season, leading the Minster program to the district final here in Division 6. Lincolnview head coach Eric Schwab in the third base dugout, directing the ship for the Lancers as Hughes pulls his string on the changeup. Missed just high. It's a 2-1 count. Hughes will check the wristband. Looking to even the count at one apiece, or two apiece, I beg your pardon. And that one skied high in the air. Coming in from center field to make the grab is Emerson Walker. And the Lancers have retired the Wildcats. 1, 2, 3 in the top half of the first. We'll go to the bottom here on WLSN. Tonight's first inning brought to you by Carey Insurance in Grover Hill, proudly investing in youth programs and our communities. It's still scoreless as we go to the bottom of the first, as the Lincolnview Lancers will have their first crack at the dish here in this Division 6, district final. Almost said regional final. Both of these teams are of regional caliber, probably state caliber, to
Absolutely.
tell you the truth. It's almost a shame that somebody's going to get knocked out here in the district final. And Minster will have Brooklyn Osterloh in the circle for the Wildcats, and she will face Emerson Walker, their center fielder, will lead things off for the Lincolnview Lancers.
Yeah, Brooklyn Osterloh, talking on their win yesterday over Parkway, she pitched all 7 innings, had 9 hits and 9 strikeouts. So she's also coming off of a really great game. 2 really, really good pitchers in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of time to regroup and think about how you want to attack. No. The either side for today is both played yesterday in the district semifinals, as that first pitch into Walker in for a strike. The second pitch in as well on the outer half of the plate. And quickly an 0-2 count against Walker, a .429 hitter. 4 home runs from that leadoff spot. So got a little pop in the bat.
Absolutely.
Osterloh gets her first strikeout of the day.
This may be a low-scoring one if it continues like this, Garrett.
Yeah, absolutely. Great pitchers in both circles for each side, as Ashlyn Price, the third baseman, will step into the left-handed batter's box. The first left-hander we'll see today. So Osterloh will spin the ball in her hand. Find out the pitch from catcher Jamie Hilgefort is the first pitch well up and out of the zone. Price didn't have to spend a whole lot of time thinking about that one. And that's the first ball of the game thrown by Osterloh. Get you the Lincolnview starting lineup after this pitch. That one stung down the third base side. A fair ball, a strong throw across the diamond by Lauren Tyler. And quickly, Lincolnview has 2 down. Red Oak Realty starting lineup from the batting order for Lincolnview looks like this. We saw Walker and Price. Isla Hughes, the pitcher, batting third. Laney Spear, catcher, fourth. Grace Breckner, the designated player, fifth. Allie Miller, the second baseman, sixth. Sylvia Longstreth, the first baseman, seventh. Quinlan Walker playing at center field in the 8th spot. That first pitch up to Hughes, up and out of the zone. And Cassidy Hammonds will bat in the 9 hole for Lincolnview. She'll play shortstop today for Lincolnview. The 1-0, 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning, as Osterloh's pitch chopped down the third base side from Hughes and evens a count at 1 apiece. For Minster out on the outfield, Whitney Trigo, Rylan Trigo, and Elena Bergman from left to right. Jamie Hilgefort behind the dish for the Minster Wildcats. Ainsley Wolf down at first base. Addie Inskeep and Reese Albers up the middle. And Lauren Tyler down the third base side. Is that one in for the first base hit of the day for either side is Isla Hughes, the first to reach. On a base knock, she's hitting .513 coming into the weekend, so more often than not, she's finding a hole in the outfield and finding herself on base.
Yeah, and right after that great first inning of pitching, 1, 2, 3, she finds herself on first base. Great start for Lincolnview here.
Our battery mate Laney Spear hitting clean up. 12 home runs to Spear's credit. Early on the first pitch she sees from Osterloh. See if the Lancers can't put something together here with 2 down in the bottom of the first inning. Osterloh would like to get back in the dugout with no damage done. That pitch swung on and missed. And quickly, Spear finds herself down at a count 0-2. Osterloh pulled the string on it, popped it high in the air. Camping under it is Whitney Trigo. She'll make the grab, and we've played 1 scoreless inning with 1 left on base. We'll go to the top of the second here on WOSN. Tonight's softball game presented by Charles River in Spencerville, proud to support area athletes and students. Visit criver.com for more information. Also brought to you by Laudix Jewelry, your family-owned and operated jeweler for over 70 years. Visit them at 1244 South Shannon Street in Van Wert or online at laudix.com. Lauren Tyler will take her first cuts of the day here. The cleanup hitter for the Minster Wildcats. The first pitch to her from Isla Hughes. Out of the zone. Just a little bit up, just a little bit out.
Good, just a tad bit outside there, and probably a smart move by Isla there because yesterday Lauren Tyler's coming off a day where she had a double and a triple in their win over Parkview.
The 1-0. That one swung on and missed. Evens the count at 1 apiece. Tyler playing third base tonight for the Minster Wildcats. The junior awaits the 1-1. That one well out of the zone as well. Minster looking for their first base runner. Went 1-2-3 in the top half of the first. That one fouled straight back. Tyler right on top of that pitch.
That one looked like it was coming straight at us, Garrett. I'm going to be flinching back here behind me.
We are set up directly behind home plate.
Come on, Tia, you got this, girl.
And both pitchers today can bring it. Both lineups can sting the ball as that one popped up into shallow left field. Coming on to make the catch is Quinlan Walker. And she will squeeze it. So Hughes, 3 fly ball outs thus far.
Yep.
And now Brooklyn Osterloh will try to help out her own cause. 24 RBIs on the season for Osterloh.
Yeah, Osterloh had a double yesterday, so just like on the mound, she can bring it on the batting as well.
First pitch in from Hughes. A little sauce on it, blew it past Osterloh. Always tough that first time through the lineup to get a good gauge of the pitcher. And Hughes, a fantastic one at that, is that one up and out of the zone. Evens the count at 1 apiece. 1 down here in the top half of the second inning in this Division 6 district final. The winner move on to the regionals. Move on to play either West Jefferson or Danville. As that one stung down the first base line and out of play. Don't have to worry about a crunched windshield here at Wapak.
No.
The parking lot is well out of play. If somebody gets a windshield busted today, that is quite the drive. Somebody put a charge into one. Our umpires today, by the way, Doug Billerman behind the plate, Lucas Middick down at third base, and Steve Trout down the first base line today. Appreciate them giving up their Friday afternoon to make sure we got a softball game here this afternoon. Is that one smoked past Brooklyn Osterloh for the strikeout. Second K of the day picked up by Isla Hughes.
No Wildcats on base yet, so we'll see if Lincolnview can shut it out here through 2 with 6 batters.
Caroline Kanapke, I beg your pardon, the designated player for the Wildcats. As Hughes, that one back up the middle. Grabbed by Allie Miller, makes the throw, hangs tough with it. A 4-3 putout, and Lincolnview is set down the Wildcats in order. 2 innings in a row. We'll go to the bottom half. Still scoreless here on WOSN. Tonight's premier sponsor for the Lincolnview Lancers, First Federal Bank at Van Wert. Your community, your bank. Grace Breckner will lead things off for the Lancers. In the number 5 hole, that first pitch from Osterloh up and out of the zone. Breckner, 347 hitter. No home runs to her credit, but does have 10 RBI this season.
I think if there was any day for her to get a home run, she'd be pretty happy with today being that day.
You are absolutely correct. It certainly already feels as if we're looking at a low-scoring matchup
Sure
here
does.
today. 2 very good pitchers. 1 base runner thus far. That pitch at the letters. Call a ball. Quickly, 3 balls, no strikes. Breckner was watching the whole way and draws a 4-pitch walk. And a leadoff hitter aboard for the Lincolnview Lancers. That'll bring up Allie Miller, who just made the inning-ending play in the field at second base. Miller wearing number 2, playing second base. See if the Lancers have anything on here. Osterloh comes plateward. That pitch up and out of the zone.
Good job by catcher Jamie Hilgefort there. She was ready if that first baseman was going to attempt to steal there. She was prepared for it.
Osterloh. That pitch out of the zone as well. 2-0 count.
The Minster crowd really starting to get into this one. You can tell they're very faithful backing their girls here. A big crowd for both teams.
Bottom of the second inning, still scoreless. And there's their pitch in for a strike on the Wabash Mutual telephone scoreboard. Proud supporter of Mercer County Athletics. 2 balls, 1 strike. To Allie Miller. That change up in for a strike. Evens the count. Osterloh's battled back. Do have the turf infield here at Wapak, something that don't see much of in softball, so adds just a little bit different dimension. As a swing and a miss from Miller. The second K of the day tallied by Osterloh. That's an important out for the Wildcats.
It sure was. Really great pitch there by Osterloh. She did a great job of pulling that one back after a walk, the previous batter.
So still the runner on first base. Grace Breckner after drawing the leadoff walk. Sylvia Longstreth now comes to the plate. That pitch missed out of the zone.
Sylvia had a double and was walked yesterday. Included in there, she also brought in a run for an RBI for the Lancers.
That pitch over the heart of the plate for a strike. Evens the count at 1 apiece, 1 down. After the strikeout of Allie Miller. Osterloh has already tallied 2 Ks. That pitch well out of the zone. As Grace Breckner stayed stationary thus far down at first base. 2-1 count. Fouled back to the screen. Looked like almost Longstreth wanted a check swing, but nicked a piece of it. Scoreless in the bottom of the second inning. Osterloh tried to change up again, fouled out of play by Longstreth, a .368 hitter. She has 20 RBIs on the season coming into this district tournament. Kelsey mentioned the Lancers grabbed a win last night over St. Henry. Lincolnview, the number 1 seed in this district. Another swing and a miss, and Longstreth goes down on Ks. The 3rd strikeout for Osterloh. And after giving up the leadoff walk, she's now got 2 down, and that leadoff hitter still over at first base. Mentioned Lincolnview's the number 1 seed. Minster's the number 2 in this district. That first pitch into Quinlan Walker for a strike from Brooklyn Osterloh.
Yeah, speaking of their rankings, we're definitely seeing 2 really incredible softball teams here. It was interesting. So these 2 teams have met this year. They played very early in the season on March 27th, and Lincolnview came away with a 7-1 win there. So good job by Minster here to kind of slow it down in the beginning and see if things can go a little bit differently this time around.
2 quick strikes into Quinlan Walker. Is Osterloh looking to strike out the side after giving up the leadoff walk. The 0-2. Set her down. Strikeout looking. 3 consecutive Ks for Osterloh. Gets out with no damage done after the leadoff walk. We'll go to the top of the 3rd. Still scoreless on the Wabash Mutual telephone scoreboard on WOSN. Tonight's third inning, sponsored by Carey Insurance in Grover Hill, proudly investing in youth programs and our communities. We've played two. Still goose eggs on the scoreboard between Minster and Lincolnview. Wildcats come up to the plate as Ansley Wolf will take her first cuts of the day. The first baseman for Minster watches a strike on the first pitch in from Isla Hughes, who has 2 strikeouts to her credit through the first 2 innings. Had 15 yesterday. Gonna have to really ratchet up the pace if she's gonna keep pace with yesterday.
Sure is.
It's the 0-1 swung on and missed, and it's quickly an 0-2 count to Ansley Wolf, the first baseman.
It's definitely been battle of the pitchers so far, and Coach Ledlow reached out to us with some answers to some questions that Mark Scheinsteiner, and she said to be successful, they really need to have everything clicking on some days. She mentioned that some days when their offense is really dominating, their defense isn't so much, and vice versa. So right now that they're having one of those really good defensive days, they have to see if they can get their offense going.
Wolf awaits the 1-2. Third strikeout of the day for Isla Hughes. Nods her head as she's feeling it. The first backwards K of the day. And that'll bring up Elena Bergman. Bergman, a right fielder for the Minster Wildcats. Batting in the number 8 hole. Hughes yet to allow a base runner thus far. As there's a swing and a miss at the first offering from Bergman. Minster beat Coldwater 10-0 in the first round to advance to the district tournament, where they beat Parkway yesterday to come here to this district final. That one fouled out of play down the third base side. And quickly, again, an 0-2 count by the freshman Isla Hughes in the circle for the Lancers.
Yeah, she's doing a fantastic job so far for the Lancers. Elena Bergman, just a sophomore here on this Minster team, who has a lot of really seasoned veteran players on this team. So to see a couple underclassmen get into the lineup here is a great thing to see.
Absolutely. Fouled that one back over the Lancer dugout. The 0-2. That one chest high. Bergman looking to be the first base runner of the day for the Wildcats. Chops it down the third base line. It's touched foul. Bergman's hung tough here a couple of times in the latter half of this at-bat.
She sure has. Yeah, it has to feel good just to get some contact on the ball there, even if it goes foul. Get her legs warmed up a little bit, run into first base there, see if she can bring it back here and get one in play.
Swing and a miss. Hughes, her 4th K of the day. And there are 2 down. As the number 9 hitter, Whitney Trigo, comes to the plate.
Number 3, Whitney Trigo.
Trigo, the left fielder today for Minster. Skies that one straight back out of the zone. Out of play, I beg your pardon.
Hughes is going to do everything she can here to see if she can get out of the third inning here through 9 batters there. See if she can go 3 each inning.
Swing and a miss on the second offering. Trigo, like Bergman, a sophomore, at the bottom half of this lineup. Hughes, a freshman, comes plateward on the 0-2. Got her looking. And Isla Hughes, perfect through 3 with 5 strikeouts. We've played 2.5. We'll go to the top half of the third, or bottom half of the third, I beg your pardon, when we return on WOSN. Tonight's scoreboard sponsor, Wabash Mutual Telephone, proud supporter of Mercer County Athletics.
First batter,
Still zeros
third,
on the Wabash Mutual telephone scoreboard. As the number 9 hole hitter, Cassidy Hammonds, steps to the plate, playing shortstop today. She found the first pitch from Brooklyn Osterloh right back to the screen.
Yeah, we have to remember in the second inning, Brooklyn Osterloh striked out 3 in a row, so we'll see if she can continue that here. I mean, like I've said prior, it's been a day for the pitchers, so.
No, you're absolutely right. Already 5 strikeouts for Isla Hughes, 4 for Brooklyn Osterloh. That one chopped down the third base side and out of play. Quickly an 0-2 count. Hammond's a .220 hitter. Does have 2 home runs and 8 RBIs on the season. Out of the 9 hole from the Lancers. Osterloh. That one missed inside as Hammond's had to dive out of the way basically to not get a softball-shaped bruise on one of her thighs. The 1-2. Change-up got her swinging, and that's the 5th strikeout for Brooklyn Osterloh, and turns things over back to the top of the Lancer order as Emerson Walker will come back to the plate for the second time. First pitch from Osterloh. Up and out of the zone. Walker was the first strikeout victim of Osterloh to lead off the game for the Lancers. That pitch on the outer corner of the plate evens the count at 1 apiece.
Yep, but second time through the order, Emerson Walker here is a little bit warmed up. We're in the 3rd inning of this game, and see if she can do something different here.
Put it in a tough spot off the glove of Addie Inskeep, and the second base runner aboard for the Lincolnview Lancers as Walker reaches on the error.
Yeah, and just like that, they have another on base. Like you said, it was a little pop fly to Addie Inskeep, who unfortunately just popped right out of her glove, and she was able to advance on that error there.
You gotta go range backwards over your left shoulder. It's a tougher catch than you might think it is, especially with the wind blowing the flag straight out from left to right. That's the first pitch into Ashlyn Price. Missed out of the zone. It's just the 4th ball put in play today by Lincolnview. As Osterloh had a fine day in the circle. That pitch out of the zone. Runs the count to 2-0. Coming into the district tournament, Price exactly a 400 hitter. 3 home runs, 27 RBIs.
Yeah, and she went 2 for 4 yesterday with a double and a single, 2 RBIs, so she's definitely no stranger to bringing those batters around the bases.
Fouls that one out of play. Ashlyn Price, a senior in this Lincolnview lineup. Lancers have had plenty of success in the tournament the last couple of seasons. The 2-1.
Yeah, these are really 2 teams when you think about girls softball in high school that are always just a lot of our standout organizations year over year.
Absolutely. Both have advanced to the state tournament, the state championship game over the course of the last 5, 6, 7 years. As Price fouled it off, evens the count at 2 apiece. 1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. Changeup pops it up on the infield. Camping out under it is Lauren Tyler for the grab. And for the second time, Ashlyn Price has been retired from hitting the ball down to the 3rd baseline. So 2 down now, and Hughes looking to help her own cause as the lone hit in today's ball game. Back in the 1st inning. Osterloh twirls the ball on her right hip. Now will come plateward. Check swing, fouled off as Walker is taken off for second base.
If there's anyone you want at the plate with two outs this inning, it's Isla Hughes. She's doing a fantastic job on the mound. A really great hitter as well. She averages over 500 for the season. She's had 11 home runs from what I have written down, but that could be a little bit delayed, but yeah.
That one smoked down the 3rd base line, but just foul And quickly the count 0-2 as Hughes just a little bit early on the pitch. Osterloh looking to get out of the inning unscathed after the first error for either side today. Put Walker on first base. Hughes awaits the 0-2. That pitch, Walker will take off for second. She slides in safely on the stolen base.
A really great job there. She was able to slide, kind of get her around the shortstop to get safe there on the plate.
First runner in scoring position for either side today. And Hughes, the .513 hitter, the highest in the lineup for the Lancers, awaits the 1-2, nearly hit her, gets past Hilgefort, and now Walker will trot down to third base.
There'll be a little bit of momentum shifting here. Just getting those girls to go around the bases just a little bit. It's going to do a lot for the mentality of these Lincolnview Lancers.
Deuce is wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the third inning. Runner on third. Osterloh looking to get out unscathed. Does. A big-time strikeout. Hughes goes down looking. We've played 3. We remain scoreless here in the Division 6 District Final on WOSN. Tonight's softball game presented by Charles River in Spencerville, proud to support area athletes and students. Visit criver.com for more information. Also by Laudex Jewelry, your family-owned and operated jeweler for over 70 years. Visit them at 1244 South Shannon Street in Van Wert or online at laudex.com. Out of Hughes, perfect through 3. The first pitch stung down the third base side, grabbed by Ashlyn Price. Strong throw across the diamond in time to retire Reese Albers on the 5-3 putout.
Yeah, the Wildcats still looking to get their first player on base. A really great play there by Ashlyn Price to grab that ball and get it thrown over to Sylvia Longstreth for the first out.
That pitch to Rylan Trigo, fouled back. That was just the 5th ball put into play, by the way, from Reese Albers. For the Minster Wildcats, they had 2 back in the first inning, and then Allie Hughes has really found a groove. Struck out this side in the 3rd inning last time out after striking out 15 in the district semifinal against St. Henry last night. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Trigo early on the changeup and quickly an 0-2 count.
Yep, I think she knew right when she started swinging for that one. It probably shouldn't have, but sometimes it just gets to a point where you already threw that swing too much, it's hard to pull it back.
Sat back on that changeup. Still maybe a little out in front of it. Trigo hitting .506 coming into the season, or this tournament, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, and Ryland went 2 for 4 yesterday against Parkway, had a double and a single and an RBI.
Trigo second in the Midwest Athletic Conference in batting average. Only behind her teammate Annie Inskeep, who stands inside the on-deck circle. The 1-2. That one fouled strongly back to the screen. Trigo hanging tough after being upset with herself after swinging really early at that second strike. She fouled off a couple of here.
Yep, and coming off a strikeout in the first inning there for Ryland. She's finding the contact. She just needs to get that perfect one to get into play and get on base.
The 1-2. Change up out of the zone. Evens the count at 2 apiece with 1 down here in the top of the 4th inning. Minster looking for their first base runner. That one stung right back up through Hughes in the first hit of the day for the Minster Wildcats. Solid contact for Rylan Trigo, and the Wildcats have a runner aboard.
It was great contact there. Like you said, it was straight to the pitcher, Isla Hughes, but it was going really fast along the ground. They rolled all the way out to center, so it gave her plenty of time to get to first base for the Wildcats' first base runner of the day.
And the one player you'd want in the lineup for Minster with runners on scoring position is Addie Inskeep, and they're just going to walk her, I believe. Yep, just going to walk
They
her.
are.
So she gets the intentional base on balls. Mentioned earlier that probably wasn't going to get to see much to hit today was Addie Inskeep. She flew out to center field last time up. And now 2 runners aboard for Lauren Tyler, the third baseman.
They're probably a pretty smart move there by Lincolnview. Addie yesterday, she was 1 for 2 with a home run. She was walked twice and had 2 RBIs as the Wildcats are getting pretty hot here.
Through. They'll send the runner home, and the Wildcats will take a 1-0 lead on the RBI single for Lauren Tyler.
And that's all you need. Get that one player in, gives you a 1-0 lead. You got players on the corners, first and third, and the Wildcats are starting to get rolling here.
Now 1 down is the second consecutive hit, as Hughes had been perfect through 3, and now the Wildcats have 3 consecutive runners aboard as Brooklyn Osterloh will try to help out her own cause. Osterloh's allowed a runner in each inning thus far, and now will show bunt and pull it back. It's a strike, and they'll just let the runner at first base, Tyler, take second base on defensive indifference. So now 2 runners in scoring position for the Wildcats. As Isla Hughes tries to buckle down, a high fly into right center field, ranging over as Walker. She'll make the grab. The runner tags up from third. She'll score. The runner at third, safe as well. And it's now a 2-0 lead for the Minster Wildcats.
Yeah, sac fly there for Brooklyn Osterloh. They were able to get another runner in and another base runner safe on third. So they'll take that every day of the week, up 2-0 in this match now. And a really, really great 4th inning here for the Wildcats.
Absolutely. 2 down now as Caroline Kanapke comes to the plate. As Minster's plated 2 here in the top half of the 4th inning on the Wabash Mutual telephone scoreboard as Hughes battles back with a strong strike on the outer half of the plate. Kanapke grounded out to second, I beg your pardon. Back into second inning. The 0-1. That one up the middle, and that'll score another run. And the Minster Wildcats have taken a 3-0 lead.
Well, that was almost identical to Rylan Trigo's single earlier, except instead of on the left side of the pitcher, it was on the right. It's dribbled right out to center field there. And wow, they're really firing on cylinders right now, aren't they, Garrett?
That they are. Got runners on board for the first time, and they have brought them on, brought them over, brought them in. A couple of sac fly, a sac bunt. A couple of clutch RBI hits as Ainsley Wolf will come to the plate. With 2 down here in the top half of the 4th inning, 3 runs aboard for the Minster Wildcats. Hughes, that pitch low.
Yeah, Kinley Ludlow, Minster's coach, she mentioned that the top of their hitting lineup really sets the tone for their entire day. So with your 2-3-4 there, Rylan Trigo, Addie Inskeep, and Lauren Tyler all doing what they need to be able to get around the bases and score runs is fantastic.
A 1-0 swung on and missed. Evens the count at 1 apiece. Spears keeping a close eye on Caroline Kanapke. Down at first base. Wolf awaits the 1-1. Held back on it. Wanted to take a hearty cut at it, but thought better of it. Runs it, counts at 2-1. Hughes. Plateward blows one past Ainsley Wolf to even to count at 2 apiece. Deuces wild here in the top half of the 4th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
2 really good pitches there from Isla Hughes, just absolutely flying over home base there. It would be really big for the Lancers to get this out here.
That one stung back to Hughes. She'll make the throw over to first base to get the out, but the damage done. The Minster Wildcats, the first to put crooked numbers on the scoreboard. They lead 3-0 as we'll go to the bottom half of the fourth here on WOSN. Tonight's fourth inning brought to you by Carey Insurance in Grover Hill, proudly investing in our youth programs and our communities. It's 3-0 Minster. Lancers look to get some of those runs back here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Laney Spears will lead off. For the Lancers, champions of the Northwest Conference, went 7-0 in conference play. They beat New Bremen 11-0 in the first round to advance to yesterday's district semifinal, where they took down St. Henry 6-0. So a pair of victories over the Midwest Athletic Conference to get to this district final. That pitch out of the zone as well. It's a 2-0 count to Spears. 475 hitter, 12 home runs, 42 RBIs for the Lancers. As swung underneath that pitch from Brooklyn Osterloh for the first strike of the at-bat. Wind blowing hard from left field to right field.
Sure is. Yeah, that flag's been stick straight pretty much the whole game, hasn't it?
That one fouled right back to the screen. Spear, after going down 2-0, is even the count at 2 apiece. Taking a couple of hardy cuts at offerings from Brooklyn Osterloh.
And this could be a really big turning point of the game. It'll be interesting to see here if the Lancers can get some players on base, maybe bring a couple of runs in to even this one back up.
That one took a stab at it. Out of play.
Yeah, head coach Eric Schwab, I'm sure that before this inning he brought all the ladies together and told them, you know, it's okay, stay calm. We have more than enough power and good hitters to be able to get some runs in on this Minster team. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here.
That pitch out of the zone.
Let's go 13.
Runs the count full, 3-2. Lead-off hitter in the bottom of the fourth inning. That one put into the gap and ground in left field by Whitney Trigo, but a base knock to lead off the inning for Laney Spear.
It's exactly what the Lancers needed. A really great job by Laney Spear to get on first base, and we'll see if the rest of the girls can keep it going here, just like Minster did in the prior.
Now, Lincolnview, kind of the opposite of Minster. They've left runners on base each of the first 3 innings, where Minster didn't get a runner aboard until the top of the fourth, but once they did, they were able to bring them in. The leadoff hitter aboard, and that one fouled off the mask of Jamie Ilgefort. As a cut from Grace Breckner pinged off of Ilgefort's mask. Home plate umpire Doug Billerman doing the wise thing and walking the ball out to the circle to make sure that Ilgefort gets enough time to shake that off if she needs to. She gave him a thumbs up and said she's all right. The 0-1. That one's in for a strike as well. Quickly, Breckner down 0-2. Spear down at first base. That one foul back and out of play. Not the first time that Minster is allowed the leadoff runner aboard back in the second inning. Breckner herself reached on a base on balls. Wasn't able to come around, however. Minster with a 3-0 lead to change up out of the zone. As Ilgefort keeps a close eye on Spear. Down at first base.
It seems like for both teams, the bats are heating up a little bit. Both pitchers came out really strong, a lot of strikeouts. So we'll see if Osterloh can keep that going here. She's had a strikeout in every inning so far. Yet to get one here in the fourth.
That pitch up and out of the zone. Roughly at the neck, evens the count at 2 apiece. As Breckner's evened the count after going down 0-2. Still nobody down, bottom of the fourth. That pitch out of the zone. Spear's going to take off for second. She'll have the bag.
Really great job there by Lainey Spear. She saw that the catcher bobbled the ball there a little bit, so she took off. And she was already to the point where Helga Fort said, I think it's too far gone, we'll just let her go.
So that'll really count full. 3-2. Runner on second base for Breckner. Nobody down. Here in the bottom of the fourth, Lancers trailing 3-0. That one fouled off. I think Breckner might have fouled it off herself. That's going to sting a little bit here. Not the warmest Friday afternoon you've ever experienced.
No, definitely not. Yeah, you can tell that one stings a little bit. She's taking a step back, taking a second to gather herself, but she looks like she's going to be okay and hopefully able to step back up to the plate here to finish this at bat.
Osterloh on the rubber. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. A big K in the scorebook for Brooklyn Osterloh.
There she goes, right on command. I was talking about her strikeouts, and I think she heard me out there on the mound.
Strikeout number 6 on the day for Brooklyn Osterloh, and it'll bring Allie Miller to the plate. That pitch in for a strike as well as that changeup working perfectly today for Osterloh. She's deployed it at the perfect time. That one kind of buckling the knees a little bit there of Miller. Struck out her first time, up back in the second. That pitch out of the zone. I think Osterloh wanted that one. Osterloh, first team Midwest Athletic Conference performer. That one stung down the first baseline, right through the wickets of Wolf. They'll send the runner from around third. She'll score, and a double for Miller has put a number on the scoreboard for the first time for the Lincolnview Lancers.
A really great hit there, straight up the first baseline. I think it went right through the first baseman's legs, actually. Bobbled by the right fielder out there, was able to convert her runner home, and Brickner herself, or Allie Miller, I'm sorry, was able to get there to second base.
So the first extra base hit for either side today. An RBI double for Allie Miller, her 10th RBI of the season. So the Lancers get one back here in the fourth. That pitch from Osterloh up and out of the zone to Sylvia Longstreth, who was the middle strikeout back in the all-K second for Brooklyn Osterloh and the Minster Wildcats. First two to Longstreth. Missed the zone. As Miller stands at second base.
It's been really impressive by the Lancers here. I mean, after that last inning where it was pretty locked all game in terms of scoring activity, after you lose 3 there, if they're going to get an advanced runner there, for them to come back out and have this inning here, really impressive.
Second pass ball of the inning for Hilgefort, and Minster head coach Kenley Lundlow wants to come out and talk about it, make sure they're on the same page of how they'd like to operate. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning, it's 3-1 on the Wabash Mutual telephone scoreboard, as Minster didn't have a base runner in the first 3 innings, then explodes for 3 runs in the top of the fourth. Lincolnview had stranded a runner in each inning in the first 3, and now have plated 1, still just 1 down on a runner on third base, as the number 7 hitter Sylvia Longstreth at the plate with a 3-0 count.
Yeah, the floodgates have really opened here in the fourth inning in terms of offensive output for both teams. I mean, Lincolnview came into this saying Minster did it in the top of the inning, we got to replicate it here, and they sure are.
Osterloh trying to bear down. The 3-0. That one swung on and chopped down the third base side from Longstreth. Runs it counts at 3-1 as Miller stands on third base. Osterloh. That one's in for a strike as well, and evens the count at 3-2.
Yeah, the crowd getting into it again here. This will be big, full count, only 1 out with a runner on third. This could be a really big tipping point of the inning.
That one to short. The runner will go home. The play made at first. The runner scores. We got a 3-2 ball game on the RBI putout for Sylvia Longstreth.
Yeah, Sylvia did exactly what she needed there, was able to get the ball into play. She was out, but it got another run in. A 3-2 ball game. The Lancers are bringing this one back.
Quinlan Walker steps to the plate now. As the Lancers have responded here in the bottom of the 4th inning. As Osterloh comes plateward on the first pitch to Walker. Watched it out of the zone. Wabash Mutual telephone scoreboard reads 3-2 Minster. Bottom of the 4th inning. Division 6 district final. Hardy cut from Walker. Just a little late on the pitch. From Osterloh, evens a count at 1 apiece. That one fouled back. If the screen wasn't there, I would have a few less teeth.
Yeah, that one came right at us.
Runs the count to 1-2, 2 down. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Osterloh, another strikeout, makes 7. The second time she's got Walker today to end an inning. The Lancers, however, tally some runs, shrink the lead down to 1. It's 3-2 after 4 in this Division 6 district final here on WOSN. Tonight's premier sponsor for the Lincolnview Lancers, First Federal Bank in Van Wert, your community, your bank. Minster in the top half of the 5th inning. Elena Bergman, a right fielder, will lead things off for the Black and Orange. That first pitch missed inside for a ball.
Yeah, we'll see if Minster can continue their outburst of offense there from the last inning. They're at the bottom of the order, but Elena Bergman is definitely more than able to get on plate here, or on base here, I'm sorry.
That one stung down the third base side. Evens the count at 1 apiece. As Isla Hughes checks the wrist. In the circle, the freshman comes plateward on the 1-1. That one down the third base line. Foul once more by Bergman. Just a little late.
Five strikeouts on the day for Hughes. She wasn't able to grab any there in that 4th inning, so we'll see if she can start grabbing a couple more here in the 5th.
Yeah, that 4th inning, a productive one for the Minster
Sure
Wildcats. Didn't have a base runner and then tallied 3 hits and 3 runs in the inning. Is that one slow roller to third base, scooped up and don't have a play. Bergman hustles down the line for the base hit.
A really great job there by Bergman, and also a really great effort there by Lauren Tyler. Oh, I'm sorry, Ashlyn Price there at third base. She ran to get the ball. Unfortunately, just a little bit too late to get the runner out.
That's
at
about
first.
as slow of a ball as you can roll down that third base line. Even if Ashlyn Price comes up firing as hard as she can, I don't know that she's got much of a play.
Right.
So the leadoff hitter aboard, and the stab bunt attempt from Trigo fouled back to the screen.
Yeah, if you're going to put a soft ball into play there in the infield here, that was really exactly where you want it if you're Elena Bergman on that last play there.
You saw the speed, so got to watch her on the base pass here as another stab at it as Trigo couldn't connect. Runs the count quickly to 0-2. So nobody down here in the top half of the 5th inning. Leadoff hitter aboard on the leadoff single from Bergman. Swing and a miss, and Hughes has struck out Trigo for the second time today. 6th K tallied by the freshman. And that'll roll things over to the top of the lineup for the Minster Wildcats. Reese Albers, 0 for 2 on the day, looking for her first base hit. That pitch in for the strike, got the letters.
Yeah, the good thing for Reese Albers is she's been able to find contact on both of her hits or times up to the plate today. Unfortunately, they both resulted in outs, but at least she's getting that ball into play.
The 0-1 from Hughes. Chop back to the pitcher. Off her glove. Tough luck. And both runners will advance safely.
Yeah, that was just exactly what she needed there. The ball went straight to pitcher Isla Hughes, but it bounced right off her glove, put it into an open spot in the field that was able to let both of the base runners advance there.
So base knock for Albers has Trigo aboard. Scored the first run for Minster. Back in the 4th inning on the first hit for the Wildcats. That one chopped down the line, tailing foul, and does touchdown in foul territory.
That one just foul there. You can tell the Wildcats and Trio there, they're looking pumped up, ready to play here. The bats are heating up with a player in scoring position. The way things have been going, excited to keep this one going.
The 0-1. That one in for a strike. Hughes runs the count quickly to 0-2. And with Addie Inskeep in the on-deck circle, this is an important batter for the Lincolnview Lancers.
Sure is.
Hughes. The change-up. Trigo. Hangs tough. A little late on it, but able to foul it off almost on the handle of the bat instead of the barrel. Trigo awaits the 0-2. Hughes plateward. That one out of the zone.
Yeah, Hughes has a couple of pitches to play there with the 0-2 count, so one ball there, definitely not the end of the world. See if she can get the pitcher to reach for one and to get that strikeout.
That one in a tough spot. Making the grab is Emma Bowersock. They'll double her up at first, but no, they'll say she's safe at first base. But Albers got back in time, but I think everybody here at Wapak thought that was going to be in trouble, and Bowersock comes in and makes the scoop catch out in right field. A great play by Emma Bowersock for the second out, and that'll bring up Inskeep.
Yeah, an absolutely fantastic play by Emma Bowersock. I thought that one was short, but she hustled up there, did a great job, was able to just pull it in. Huge play for the Lincolnview Lancers.
That pitch out of the zone. Inskeep, the Midwest Athletic Conference Player of the Year. Up to the plate with 2 runners on, 2 down here in the top of the 5th. That one sky high into shallow right field. Ranging back to make the grab is Allie Miller. And the Lancers get out of the inning unscathed. We'll go to the home half of the 5th. 3-2. Minster the lead here on WOSN. Tonight's scoreboard sponsor, Wabash Mutual Telephone, proud supporter of Mercer County Athletics. It's 3-2 Minster on that Wabash Mutual Telephone scoreboard. Lancers trying to change that here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brooklyn Osterloh still in the circle for the Minster Wildcats as Cassidy Hammonds, the number 9 hitter for the Lancers, comes to the plate. The first pitch she sees wide of the plate. I'm Garrett C. Wright, joined alongside Kelsey Beimer here at Wapak in this Division 6 district final. Winner moving on to the regionals, playing either West Jefferson or Danville. That pitch inside, and it's quickly a 2-0 count to the number 9 hitter, Hammonds.
Yeah, it's been an absolutely fantastic game so far, Garrett, but when you have Minster and Lincolnview, I don't know if you're expecting any different.
That pitch on the outer half of the plate for a strike. Hammonds 0 for 1 on the day, struck out back in the 3rd inning. It's the 5th batter Osterloh set down on case. She's got 7 strikeouts through the first 4 innings. That pitch evens the count at 2-2 as Osterloh's battled back here with consecutive strikes. Make it the 8th K of the day for Osterloh. Sets down Ammon swinging for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 12, Emerson Walker.
And Emerson Walker reached on an error her last time up. That pitch well out of the zone at the eyes. Walker, a .429 hitter from that leadoff spot. For Lincolnview coming into the district tournament. That pitch missed outside.
Okay, back to the top of the order here. The Lancers down 1 run. Still 2 outs to play with. See if they can even this one up here in the 5th.
That pitch missed something out as well. Make it a 3-0 count to the leadoff hitter. That pitch inside corner for a strike. 1 down here in the whole half of the 5th inning. It's a 1-run game. That one fouled back off the screen. I beg your pardon, doesn't even the count. It runs a count full. 3-2 after the first 3 pitches. All missed the strike zone. Osterloh battled back here to the leadoff hitter for the Lancers. That's the 9th strikeout of the day for Brooklyn Osterloh. Sits down, Walker looking. That's an important strikeout for the Minster Wildcats.
It sure was. That was huge, and I feel like that was right on the line. Emerson Walker thought maybe it was just outside, but nope, the ump called it a walk, and that's out number 2. Or I'm sorry, called it a strike.
Ashlyn Price in her 2-hole, 2 down. Found that one. Might have chased the ball. Price 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded out and flew out to third base. From that left-handed batter's box. Change up. Bounced in front of the plate. Took maybe just a bit too much off of it.
Ashlyn Price has gotten 2 balls to the third baseman there, both resulting in outs in her first 2 at-bats.
That one stung into the gap. That'll roll all the way to the fence, and Price will have an extra base hit. Stand-up double with 2 down here at the bottom of the 5th.
What a fantastic hit there by Ashlyn Price. I mean, we had a perfect view of it.
Yeah.
You could see it go straight out to that 220 sign there, right in between the left and center fielder, and you knew she was grabbing a couple bases there.
So a 2-out double will bring up Isla Hughes. Had a single back in the first inning. Struck out in the 3rd. Hughes, the freshman, with 11 home runs, 38 RBIs to her credit. Before last night's district semifinal. That one smoked down the third base line and out of play.
It sure was. Yeah, if that one was a bit straighter out there, that was going to be dangerous.
Runner on scoring position. For Hughes, 2nd consecutive time she's come to the plate with runners in scoring position. Struck out back in the 3rd with Emerson Walker on 3rd. That pitch up and out of the zone. Lancers trail by 1 on the Wabash Mutual telephone scoreboard, 3-2. All 5 runs in tonight's game, coming back in the 4th inning. Hughes looking to help out her own cause. The 1-1 from Osterloh on the outer half of the plate for a strike.
One more.
Osterloh at the 1-2, looking for strikeout number 10. That pitch up and out of the zone couldn't be squeezed by Helgefort. And Price will advance on the pass ball. So, almost the identical situation to what we saw back in the 3rd inning. A runner at third base. 2 down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just out of the zone. Runs the count full. Everybody at Wapak waiting with bated breath to see the call as it was right on the outside. Might have touched the black. Might have been just outside the zone. Runs the count full. 3-2. The payoff pitch. Change up in for a strike. Fulder. It's the 10th K of the day for Osterloh. And Minster gets out of the inning unscathed. We'll go to the 6th. 3-2. Minster leads on WLSN. High school softball tonight brought to you by Charles River in Spencerville. Proud to support area athletes and students. Visit criver.com for more information. It's also brought to you in part by Laudex Jewelry, your family-owned and operated jeweler for over 70 years. Visit them at 1244 South Shannon Street in Van Wert or online at laudex.com. Cleanup hitter Lauren Tyler leads off the inning for the Minster Wildcats, leading 3-2. Here as we begin the 6th inning. That one deep into right field, going back. Oh, it's over the wall. It's gone! Tyler, a leadoff first pitch dinger, sends it over the wall, and that'll extend the lead for the Minster Wildcats.
What a hit by Lauren Tyler. She's been a fantastic player, junior for this Minster Wildcats team. She originally started at second base, moved to third. Coach Ludlow says she's been the most improved player this year, and she showed it right there with that home run straight over the gates.
Put a charge into it, over the wall in right field, just to the right of the 220 sign. And the Minster Wildcats grow the lead out to 2 with the leadoff home run by Lauren Tyler. First pitch she saw here in the 6th. And now Osterloh, the opposing pitcher, grounds one back to Hughes for the 1-3 putout. So 2 pitches, 2 wildly different outcomes for each side. As Caroline Kanapke comes back to the plate. Kanapke 1 for 2 on the day. Had a base hit back in the 4th inning. RBI single. Designated player for the Wildcats. As for the first time here in the 6th inning, we'll get to a second pitch in a batter. Change up, popped into the air on the third base side, glove by Ashlyn Price for the out. So 4 pitches down, 2 outs and a home run here in an eventful 6th inning.
A good job there by Ashlyn Price. Was able to get out there, get the easy catch on the foul ball to put 2 in for the inning here. Lancers need just 1 more to get back on the plate.
Wolf, the first baseman, watches the first pitch in for a strike. Wolf 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out in the 3rd, grounded back to Hughes in the 4th. That pitch a little low at the shins. In this 4-2 ball game. 2 down here in the top half of the 6th inning. Change up, out. Swing and a miss. On the pitch from Hughes, evens the count at 2 apiece with 2 down. Here in the top half of the 6th inning. That one fouled back and out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The first baseman, Ainsley Wolf. 7th strikeout of the day for Isla Hughes, but Minster Gets a solo leadoff home run from Lauren Tyler. They grow the lead 4-2. We'll go to the home after the sixth when we return here on WOSN. Tonight's sixth inning, presented by Carey Insurance in Grover Hill, proudly investing in our youth programs and our communities. It's a 4-2 game here as opportunities shrinking for the Lincolnview Lancers. Have two more cracks at the plate, trailing by 2, as Lainey Spear will foul off the first offering from Brooklyn Osterloh. Spear in the cleanup spot for Lincolnview. Scored the first run of the day for the Lancers. Back in the fourth inning after a leadoff single. That one popped up. Will it get out of play? It's going to stay inside. Nope.
Just out.
Just drop outside the fence. And now it's an 0-2 count.
A great hustle there by the Wildcats. I think 3 girls ran over there to try to get that foul ball.
Got the second baseman, first baseman, right fielder.
Yep.
All in the area. And 0-2 to Spear. Osterloh. Already with 10 strikeouts, make it 11.
What a pitch. Wow. That was pretty.
11th K for the first team Midwest Athletic Conference performer. That's a big out for the Minster Wildcats. Lainey Spear hits almost 500 with 12 home runs. And that brings up Grace Breckner now. 0 for 1 on the day. It's walked and struck out in the 5-hole for the Lancers. That pitch up and out of the zone. Lancers left a runner on base in all but 1 inning so far tonight in this Division 6 district final. The winner will move on to play the winner of the Central District in Division 6. Whether that's West Jefferson or Danville will yet to be decided. They're also playing on this Friday afternoon. That pitch in for a strike. Breckner, the designated player today for the Lancers. 24-3 out of the Northwest Conference, champions of that league. 7-0 undefeated in conference play as that pitch up and out of the zone. Minster finished runner-up in the MAC to Parkway, who they bested last night in the district semifinal.
Minster second baseman Addie Inskeep, she shifted pretty far over to the right, so if Breckner can just get some contact and send it up the center of the field, get it past the pitcher, she'll have a pretty good opportunity to get on base, but she got walked anyways.
Yes, she did. The second time Breckner's drawing a base on balls. And I think we're going to get a pinch runner. And we'll see the number. That is going to be Emma Bowersock who's going to run in exchange for Breckner. Bowersock playing right field today for the Lancers, so she'll be on first base with 1 down as Allie Miller, who had the RBI double last time up.
Flex player number 1 is running for Brickner and the power side.
So 1 down here in the top of the, or bottom of the 6th inning, I beg your pardon. It's a 4-2 game on the Wabash Mutual telephone scoreboard. And Allie Miller, the second baseman, coming to the dish. Osterloh, the first pitch. That one a little low. The Lancers need base runners, trailing by 2 here in the home half of the 6th inning. That pitch low as well. Lancers have had runners on the base paths in every inning thus far tonight.
They have.
And Osterloh has battled back, only allowed those 2 runs back in the 4th. That pitch at the belt for a strike.
Yeah, Lincolnview, like you said, they've been pretty consistent getting players on bases all night. Minster, it was more they'll get shutout innings when they're on offense, but they just have those couple clusters where they're able to get a couple runners in.
That pitch blowing out of the zone as well. Runs the count to 3-1 to the number 6 hitter in the Lincolnview lineup. The 3-1 from Osterloh. That missed inside. And that puts runners aboard on back-to-back walks.
Those, more importantly, you have your courtesy runner on second base there. Emma Bowersock.
At second base. And that'll bring up Sylvia Longstreth. Just under a 400 hitter on the season. And the RBI ground out the last time up. She is 0 for 2 today. Runners at first and second in a 2-run ball game. Longstreth 20 RBIs on the season.
Yep, she had one of those yesterday and a double. So definitely no stranger. See if she can replicate that again today.
First pitch in for a strike to the Lancer first baseman. Righty versus lefty matchup. Osterloh, the 0-1. Foul back. Runs the count quickly, 0-2. Swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 12 for Brooklyn Osterloh. So after walking two hitters, I should say, Osterloh comes back with a strikeout. Her second of the inning, bringing up the 8-hole hitter, Quinlan Walker. That pitch a little low. Chop back. The throw to first in time, and Minster gets out of the jam unscathed. We'll go to the top of the 7th. Wildcats with a 4-2 lead here on WOSN. Tonight's scoreboard sponsor, Wabash Mutual Telephone, proud supporter, Mercer County Athletics. Top of the 7th inning. Last chance conceivably for the Minster Wildcats, leading 4-2. Zyla Hughes comes plateward on the first pitch of the inning. It's chopped back by Bergman.
I flinched at that one, I'm not going to lie, Garrett. Bounced right back to me.
Had a little top spin on it.
It did.
After hitting the bottom part of it, it was quite the optical illusion. It looked like it was hanging in the air there for just a second. The 0-1 from Hughes. Bergman had to single last time up. Beat it down the line. Swing at that pitch.
Yeah, if you're Minster here, you're looking to put up a couple more runs, see if you can cushion that lead a little bit, go into the bottom of the 7th. And if you're the Lancers, you want a quick 1-2-3. See if you can get back to the bottom and pull this game back to tie it, to extend innings, or even grab the win.
That pitch just inside. The 1-2 to Bergman. That one's in for a strike. The 8th strikeout of the day for Isla Hughes.
Great start, exactly what Lincolnview needs. See if they can keep that going here for the next couple batters.
It's the 4th time today that the Wildcats have gone down looking. There's Trigo, one of them. She's actually struck out twice. Once looking, once swinging. That one pounded down the right field line and out of play. And Bowersock looks to be all right. She hustled over there. I don't know that she knew she was that close to the fence, and I think might have ran right up into it.
It looks like it knocked her glasses off, but you can just tell that's how much it means to these players. She was willing to run straight into the fence and try and grab that foul ball. Luckily for Whitney Trago, it was just foul, and Emma Bowerstock wasn't able to get to it.
Trigo, the left fielder, awaits the 0-1 from Hughes. One down here in the top of the 7th. That pitch missed. Wildcats beat Coldwater in the first round, 10-0 Parkway yesterday to get to this district final. That pitch out of the zone as well. Runs count to 2-1. First non-MAC team the Wildcats have faced in this tournament run. As they hold a 4-2 lead here in the top half of the last inning. That pitch above the letters, runs it to 3-1. Hughes has only issued one free pass today, and it was an intentional one. And that's the first time that she's walked the batter today, as Trigo is aboard with the base on balls.
Yeah, now Minster gets to the top of their order where they have a couple really dangerous batters, exactly where they want to be.
And the Lancers, we'll talk about it on the infield here. Tonight's 7th inning brought to you by Carey Insurance in Grover Hill, proudly investing in our youth programs and our communities. It's 4-2 the lead. Minster on top. They got 3 back in the 4th inning. They had yet to have a runner aboard in the first 3 innings. Then they get 3 runs in the 4th and 1 more, I beg your pardon, in the 6th to take a 4-2 lead over these Lincolnview Lancers. One down here in the top of the 7th on the Wabash Mutual telephone scoreboard. And the leadoff hitter, Reese Albers, coming to the plate. Albers 1 for 3. Got a single back in the 5th inning. Runner on first. As that pitch in for a strike is Lincolnview. Keeping a close eye on Whitney Trigo down at first base.
That's contact here, Reese. Let's go.
As Laney Spear will keep one eye on the pitch and one eye on the runner. As that pitch a little low. See if Hughes might be hesitant here to use the changeup with a runner like Trigo at first base. The 1-1. That one down the right field line. It's gloved by Bowerstock for the out.
Really great catch there by Bowerstock. Her little collision with the fence earlier didn't set her off at all. She was able to grab that one. Huge play for her.
Second time Albers has flown out to Bowerstock. And with 2 down, Trigo, I beg your pardon, Ryland Trigo, will have a chat conversation with Kenley Ludlow, the Minster bench boss. With 2 down here in the top half of the 7th inning. Runner aboard. The first pitch to the number 2 hitter. Trigo hits .506 for the Wildcats. That pitch low.
Isla Hughes off a no-hitter yesterday, 15 strikeouts. She's working her way towards double digits today. She's definitely had a lot of volume on that pitching arm the past couple of days, but she's doing a great job.
Absolutely. That pitch missed outside. Hughes will take a jog behind the rubber. Regroup as the first 2 pitches to Ryland Trigo. Missed out of the zone. Hughes finds the outer half of the plate on that one. As Whitney Trigo stands at first base. 4-2 game for the Minster Wildcats. Division 6 district final. Both teams with 24 wins under their belt. That pitch out of the zone as well. Runs the count to 3-1 after Trigo reached on the first base on ball. The first free pass of the day issued by Hughes. It wasn't the intentional variety they gave back to Addie Inskey back in the fourth. That one chopped back to Hughes. She'll let it bounce a second time and make the throw over to first base to end the top half of the seventh. Last chance for the Lancers when we come back here on WOSN. Tonight's premier sponsor for the Lincolnview Lancers is First Federal Bank in Van Wert. Your community, your bank. Last chance for the Lancers. 4-2 to score. As the Lancers will bring the 9-hole hitter Cassidy Hammonds to the plate. She struck out twice. 2 of the 12 strikeouts Brooklyn Osterloh has tallied here through the first 6 innings. Is that pitch misses low for a ball. Hammonds a .220 hitter coming on into the weekend. That one off the handle to second base. Inskeep will make the short throw to Wolf for the first out of the 7th.
The Wildcats just 2 outs away from a Division 6 district final win, so we'll see. We talked about volume with Isla Hughes pitching in the last inning. Well, Brooklyn Osterloh exactly the same. She's been having a fantastic game. 9 strikeouts yesterday. She's in double digits today. Just needs 2 more for that win.
The first pitch into Emerson Walker for a strike. Osterloh's only allowed 4 hits today, 12 strikeouts. As Walker looking to make that 5 hits today. That pitch out of the zone. There are a few people who have a better look at the plate than we do.
Yep.
Doug Bittleman's done a great job behind the plate tonight calling balls and strikes.
Sure has.
Is that one fouled off the handle? Runs the count to 1-2. Osterloh has used the changeup effectively with 2 strikes today, as evidenced by the 12 Ks she's tallied here in this district final. It's a 4-2 ball game in the home half of the 7th. That one swing and a miss, and make it 13 strikeouts for Brooklyn Osterloh, and a last chance for the Lincolnview Lancers.
That was a big one there. The Minster Wildcats crowd starting to get a little excited, pump the girls up, see if they can just get 1 more here. And if so, they're walking off with a win. But you got to look for your Lincoln. You got Ashlyn Price coming up. Very good hitter.
And she hit her. So Price, the first hit batsman of the day. And so she reaches on the HBP, bringing Isla Hughes, who's 1 for 3 on the day, and struck out looking her last 2 times, with the tying run coming to the plate.
Yeah, Ashlyn Price, she took that one pretty hard to the back there. Glad to see her still on base there. She went a little bit slow, but she looks like she's okay. As Isla Hughes comes up. This one's coming down to the wire, Garrett.
You know, it never feels good to get hit, but it's a little chilly today.
It
makes it sting just a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
As Osterloh will come plateward. Tying run at the plate.
Oh.
There's driven into left center field. It's at the base of the wall, and they'll send the runner home. The play at the plate, not in time. Lincolnview gets a run aboard as Isla Hughes nearly tied the game with a swing of the bat.
Garrett, I don't know if that can get any closer. I think it literally bounced off the fence. There was a second there I thought that one was gone, and wow. If it was going to be anyone, it would be Isla Hughes, right? She keeps this game going. The Lancers down 1. Isla in scoring position. This one's going to keep going, and we knew it was going to be exciting.
So they're going to just go ahead and walk Spear. Give her the intentional base on balls. And that'll bring up Grace Breckner. She herself has walked twice. struck out once back in the fourth.
But these Lancers, they don't give up. A couple runs down, bottom of the seventh. This is it. They're going to keep going. They want their season to continue.
Osterloh, 2 runners on. Comes plateward. That pitch out of the zone. The 1-0 from Osterloh in a 4-3 ball game. That one right at Inskeep. She makes the grab, and Minster wins the Division 6 District Championship.
Wow, Garrett, what a game. So back and forth. Lincolnview stayed in it the whole time. They almost pulled it back there, but the Minster Wildcats in the end, they're going to grab this one. Fantastic play by both teams, and wow, what a fun game to watch.
That's a well-struck ball by Grace Brickner.
Sure was.
And just hit it right at Addie Inskeep. Couple of well-struck balls as Isla Hughes puts a charge into one, hits the base of the fence. That would have been a game-tying home run right at the 220 sign. It probably went 219 and a half feet.
Yep.
And Minster hangs on to grab the 4-3 win and the Division 6 district crown as they move to 25-5 with the championship here. The number 2 seeded Wildcats moving on to the regionals. They'll face the winner of West Jefferson and Danville, yet to be determined, but a fantastic high school softball game here on this Friday night, Kelsey.
It sure was, yeah. Congrats to Minster Wildcats on moving on. They had a fantastic effort in this game, really good team effort. But also we have to give a big shout out to the Lincolnview Lancers. Fantastic team. They have a lot of young players going forward. I mean, we can't leave out Isla Hughes, the freshman. They have a really positive outlook going forward for the Lancers.
The story maybe over the game is the Lancers 8 left on base here today. Meanwhile, for Minster, they only had 4 left on base. Not a lot of hits around the board. 6 for the Wildcats, 5 for the Lancers. But Minster grabs the 4-3 win on the back of 13 strikeouts today for Brooklyn Osterloh, the pitcher for Minster, in a tough luck loss for the Lincolnview Lancers and their pitcher, Isla Hughes. She sat down 8 today after 15 strikeouts and a no-hitter yesterday. A tough loss for the Lincolnview Lancers, but a big-time win. Got a little hairy in the 7th, but Minster grabs the 4-3 victory on the Wabash Mutual telephone scoreboard and win the Division 6 district crown here at Wapak. Again, the final score, the final time, the Minster Wildcats win 4-3 over Lincolnview. For our entire WOSN crew and Kelsey Beimer, I'm Garrett Seawright saying so long. We'll catch you next time here on WOSN.